Okay, yeah. So now it's clear, right? There's error codes. So with the help of this error codes, we can get anything, right? So now let's understand more. Uh, yeah. Okay. So now I have to do with the my requirement is I have to get it Amazon website. I have some flow. I have to record it. So how to do a load test? So Jmeter needs an APIs. Okay. So you need APIs to run our Jmeter script. So how to get that APIs? So one of the way which we understand from here is we can go to network tab or we can fetch the APIs from here. Okay. So if I have 100 APIs, can I write manually this 100 APIs into my Jmeter script? We can't write. We can write one or two, but not like this much of APIs with headers, payload, everything. Because there is a lot of chance of would be a missing of information. Okay. So second option is generally, right, most of the projects will maintain this APIs in the Excel sheet or the Swagger or PDFs from developer point of view. They will maintain everything in a one set so that they can update to everyone so that they can use it. So if we have that Excel sheet or PDF or Swagger link of those APIs, so we'll try to record the script from those things only. Third is if developer is not maintaining those things and you can't write manually from here, that's where we'll go for recording option. Okay, that's where Jmeter recording will comes into the play. Because instead of writing the manually, we'll use Jmeter recording option to grab those APIs to start the load test. Okay, so guys, any idea on the Swagger? Have you seen in our projects or heard about that Swagger?
No, bro. No.
Uh-huh.
No.
Anyone?
No.
No.
Yeah, okay, I'll show the Swagger. So you guys able to see the participants screen? Or are you only seeing my Chrome option, Chrome now in our screen share?
We are able to see only the
Chrome.
Chrome.
Not participant tab, right? I mean,
No.
from my screen share. No, right? Okay. Okay. So we have pet store, Swagger. This is also for our testing purpose, only dummy one. Can use it. Okay. So if you just search for pet store Swagger, yeah. Right? Yeah. So I'll tell you the thing, you know. So what happens that whenever the application is starting stage, like they got some new requirement from developer's point of view, instead of building the UI, they will build the first APIs. Once APIs are properly generated and formed and tested, then only they will merge. I mean, they will merge they will create the UI and use the APIs. So first concept of application will be the APIs only. Suppose you have 100 of APIs, right? So they have to maintain one store, correct? Because we have some of 10 members of testing team and our 20 members of developers. So to update any API, to update any payload data, for small things, they can't tell to everyone or they can't send emails. Okay, we got to update this email, use this payload, right? It's like, it's not like proper usage. Very lot of confusion while testing. That's where developers will maintain the Swagger so that everything will come on the Swagger only. And the testing also, functional testing, they don't have to postpone any tool to if you have the Swagger. And the internal, right? The data also will be updated automatically. Let's say, so let's say there's a method called get and the find by status. Okay. Suppose here they kept available pending sold as there is 3 options. Just click on try it out and we'll get to know. Suppose they added 4th method, the 4th parameter. So without the Swagger, how they'll tell you that we have added a 4th one? Either should be in a calls, either should be in emails, right? But those emails or calls are not trackable. Because while testing, you say I have tested with only 3 and developers say we have 4. Why you didn't do the test 4? So do you have an answer for that? No, right? So that's where these people will maintain Swagger so that automatically, if there's 4th method, it will update automatically. So while you're testing, we'll get to know. So just click on try it out. So select available and just click on execute. Okay. So now we got a response. How many pets are available? And we got some headers. So if you have a Swagger, you can test functionally that the API is working or not from here only. See, this says as 200 is designed for successful operation, 400 for invalid status value. So if they're not maintaining Swagger, they will maintain in Excel or PDF. So that version 1, version 2, version 3 like that. Right? So either of the thing, developer will maintain the APIs. So either we have to grab those things to use for our scripting, or we have to go for recording option. So why you have to need APIs? Because Jmeter need APIs only to test the script. Without APIs, you can't do or can't use anything in Jmeter. Irrespective of the application, right? It could be web application, mobile application, backend services. You should have APIs to use the Jmeter. So suppose if I given some facebook.com, if I ask you to write the script, so you need to connect the APIs. Understood, right? To use Jmeter, the APIs are important. If you are not able to record, or if you're not able to APIs properly, then you can't use Jmeter. It's clear? So first way is from the network tab, we can get APIs here. Second way is if there's Swagger or Excel method. Third way is the Jmeter recording. Okay. So now we have one more option called, suppose, as I told, right, we can't copy them manually if all 100 are right things are there. Okay. So what we can do is we can just right click on anywhere of this one, right click. You have, it's called save all as HR with content. So if you click on this, it will create one HAR file. If you see, this HR file, nothing but all the APIs response and request would be there. And we can generate the JMX, which need Jmeter, to use it. Okay, that we'll discuss much more in later. So clear, right? API side, response codes. What are the API parts to be required? And Swagger. I hope it's clear, right? So we're going for next session. Sorry, next topic, right? Okay. So now let's go to the thing. So yesterday I told about Suresh about the Jmeter basics. So we'll just cover it. So Jmeter is developed with Apache team. So yeah, Suresh. So what's the J stands for in Jmeter?
Java.
So, yeah. Suresh.
Yeah, I forget, bro.
Yeah, it's a Java.
Java.
Okay. So because see, Jmeter is developed with Apache team. You guys heard about Apache? Where anywhere in our projects? Apache.
It's a server now, bro.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
server.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Apache is Tomcat server. Apache is a open source foundation where they will contribute to the society which were creating the things for the free. So we have Apache logs, we have Apache DB, we have Apache server, we have Apache cache, we have Apache queues. There are a lot of things are the Apache. So same as Jmeter was created by the Apache team only. So initially they created Jmeter as internal tool for themselves, right? Then they made it a public. Okay. So you'll get all the Jmeter information in Jmeter website. So the official website of Jmeter is jmeter.apache.org. So all the official information, the theoretical information, you will get everything in Jmeter. For each and everything, right? You will get everything on Jmeter. Okay. So Jmeter is open source tool. So where you can contribute back also. Because Jmeter has 100 components, assume that. And you have a very custom rare requirement in a project, and Jmeter is not supporting it. But some of the help you have written some own code to use in Jmeter for our requirement. So you assume that okay, this could be helpful for our other team members, right, in the market, so that you can contribute back to Jmeter by using the plugins. So we have Jmeter plugins concept where all the varieties, right, all the custom things will come in the Jmeter plugins. That's why jmeter-plugins.org. So you have to raise a PRs with our code, and the Jmeter team will review and they will publish. Okay, that's for the plugin concept. So Jmeter nothing but standard version. With the standard version, we can do only few things. But as technology is growing, right, we have getting a lot of other options. We have a lot of things. So that's why Jmeter plugins also will come as some extra package, so that you can get some extra things there. Okay, so to use Jmeter, it needed Java. Without Java, you can't run Jmeter. Okay, so how to check whether Java is installed there or not in your machine? What is the command to check Java?
Java space -- version.
Yeah. So Nirila, Tejasvi, Shweta, you have idea, right? The Java version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so how we'll do that? We'll do simply CMD and we'll say Java space -version. So if it says some version, then it means you can use Jmeter. But the version should be minimum of 1.8. So if you have a version below that, 1.7, 1.6, you can't use it. Because currently right now Jmeter is on, Java is on 17. So from 1.8 to Java 17, you can use it. Okay. And if you're getting like error, Java is not recognized or internal command, it means Java is not installed. Okay. So one more thing is, let's go to the C drive. Okay. Let's go to C drive. So let's go to program files. We'll see Java here. That's in 64. Yeah, Java, right? So you will see generally JRE here. Right? But you should have JDK also. JRE 1.8 and JDK 1.8 for some explicit on the Jmeter and Java side. That we'll discuss in like around last classes. Okay. So you should have JDK. So it's possible to have JDK also. So JR is nothing but Java runtime engine, where if you want to run the things, right, simply to run the Java application, you can use Java JRE. But you want to develop, right, you are creating an application. That's where JDK, Java Development Kit. So when you're developing, you need a JDK. When you want to run, you can use JRE. But as for Jmeter, like 99% you can go with the JRE. But sometimes there is one use case where we have to use JDK to do that one. So it's possible, try to install JRE and JDK in our machines. Okay, that's the first prerequisite. Without this, you can't use Jmeter, without Java, right? So now let's go to our page called download releases. Okay, we will see download the recent versions 5.5. So every year they'll release the 2 versions. Okay, so 2.3, Apache Jmeter 2.3 or 2.1, right? That's the lower versions where it's not that much of good, because they have a lot of fixes in a lot of errors in the tool, and there's a lot of compatibility issues. There are a lot of not properly integrated, those things. So from 2.3 or 2.7, right, Jmeter is famous because from that time it's like more and more. It's like giving a pure competition to load runner. Whatever the load runner is able to do, the Jmeter is able to do that. And current version is Jmeter 5.5. It's always advisable to use latest versions whenever released in the market. Okay, and if you check here, so we have binaries and sources. So what is binaries? What is the sources? Binaries is nothing but if you want to use as it is. If you want to use Jmeter as it is without developing or without anything, then you go for binaries. But if you want to go source, means if you want to develop the Jmeter, you want to add some extra code or customize account to your company or a can do thing, then you go for source. Source is nothing but source code. It is open source, right? The tool of Jmeter code you can see and you can develop and you can use it anywhere. So if you download the source, you have to build the tool, then only you can use it. But if you want to use as it is without doing any building or any implementing the code, you can go for binaries. So as the Jmeter supports for Windows, OS, Linux, that's why you got 2 formats, .tcz and .g. For Linux, we must be using tcz, and for Windows machines, using zip. So I hope you guys are on the Windows, right? Or Linux or Mac?
Windows only.
Windows.
Okay. Others?
Yeah,
Mac.
Windows.
Sweta?
Mac.
Mac. Okay. So you be very careful while downloading, right? You just ping me I will help you if you have any errors in the thing. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So here we'll download just zip folder.
Even Linux machine also same also.
Yes, same.
na?
Same. Just little bit internal commands will vary. I will tell you that. Okay.
Oh.
So it's already downloading. It's already downloaded. Okay. The current version is 5.5. So what you have to do is just need to unextract it. Extract it and you will be seeing like this folder, right? Once you extract it, you will be like seeing this folder. Okay. So out of this, you should know what are these folders are for and what are this required. Okay. So bin folder is important where you will find all Jmeter related server or applications, commands, files, everything in the bin folder. So bin is the root of the Jmeter. Okay. In bin only we'll have Jmeter files, server, everything in the property files, everything on bin. So bin is very important folder. Okay. Apart from that, we have lib. Lib is nothing but libraries where whenever you want to integrate some external, right, third-party tools like Selenium, or you want to kind of DB, or you want to use some more customization code, whatever, any third-party side, any third-party open source, if you want to integrate Jmeter, you have to use the lib folder. Okay. So docs are extras, nothing but some limitations we don't have worry about. So important for the bin lib. Okay. So let's go to the bin. The important command is jmeter.bat. If you are not able to see the extensions, right, please enable the extensions from your Windows. Says that, what is that option? Where we'll do that? Options. Yeah, view. Just click on display. Yeah, just uncheck the hide extensions. So that we need an extension to see here. So it will get to know because you see a Jmeter, a lot of things are there. So if you didn't enable extension, it will be a little bit confusing. So if you see here, jmeter.bat is the file. If you see on the type as well, Windows batch file. .bat is nothing but to run Windows commands. So if you run this jmeter.bat, it will open Jmeter. First, it will open the command prompt and it will open Jmeter. Okay, so you should be more careful prepared with command prompt because if you close the command prompt at the time, if Jmeter saved, script is not saved, and both are gone. Okay, so jmeter.bat, if you open command prompt and you open Jmeter. Why? Because in the command prompt, right, it will check all the prerequisites or any issues with the Java version, everything. If everything okay, then only Jmeter will open. Otherwise, you'll get error here saying that Jmeter can't open, kind of errors. Okay, and same as for Linux or Mac, right? We have jmeter.sh. This bat is only for Windows operating system, whereas Linux and Mac uses jmeter.sh. sh is nothing but shell scripts, shell files, where Linux and Mac can operate it. Same as in those machines, if you enter, I mean, if you just execute this, it will open the Jmeter. Okay. So other way of opening of Jmeter is nothing but using the jar. So we have, yeah, this is Jmeter jar. I mean, this is nothing but Jmeter code. If I click on the Jmeter jar, yeah, so click on Jmeter jar, it will open my Jmeter, double click on it. But if you observe, it not opened any command prompt, right? So if everything is okay, then it will open. But something wrong with your machine and it will throw error and you can't see the error here and you don't know why it is not opening. That's why it's always advisable to use jmeter.bat because something wrong with configuration, something wrong with Java, it will display the error. Whereas jar, if everything went fine, it will open. Otherwise, it won't open and you don't know why it is not opening there. It's clear, right? Difference between jmeter.bat and jar. This bat is nothing but calling the jar only, but it will check the prerequisites. Okay, is everything there or not? Then only it will open the jar. Okay, so to use Jmeter, we should have Java, we should have Jmeter. From where you download Jmeter? We're using the jmeter.apache website. Okay, so I'm stopping the recording.